Okay, so I'm setting up a new series called Paul Talks, and this first series of YouTube videos is going to be about people's attitudes towards homosexuality within the community I live. Now, of course, this is all derived from the fact that last Monday was International Against Homophobia Day, and I watched the Gareth Thomas ITV Tonight documentary about, I think it was entitled Afraid to be Gay, and saw people's attitudes in of course, Wigan was the one where the couple was walking up and down the street, and so I wanted to find out what the attitudes were like here where I live, in Milton Keynes. So during the course of this series I'm going to be asking my neighbours, my family, and just generally people who live in these areas. Another one I'll target will be teachers. It's always nice to find out their opinion, although I doubt that they're going to give me something, again, they're not going to give me something that they won't be able to say, because if they said something against homosexuality, that would be deemed, of course, very unprofessional, and if I aired that, then they're probably likely to be out of a job, because that view is just not acceptable in teaching, and it can't be acceptable in teaching, of course. So this is what I'll be doing throughout this series, and I just hope you enjoy it, and I hope that I just get the message across about the attitudes, and I hope to see, as a young 17-year-old homosexual myself, how attitudes are changing for, of course, the world that I will be living in, I don't know, let's say 10 years' time. So first I thought I'd interview my own brother, Christopher. He had to deal with me coming out 2 years ago in November 2008, and he has had to deal with a lot of things at school, and I thought I'd interview him on his attitudes towards homosexuality. Obviously he's 14 years old. He pretty much only knows what he's been told by friends and from school, so it would be interesting to see how much he knows and what his opinions are. Okay, so Chris, I just want to know what the term gay means to you. So the term gay, what does that mean to you?
Well, in my opinion, it means two men, obviously, being happy towards each other, not necessarily in a relationship, but being happy towards each other, a strong friendship, I would say.
Okay.
A very strong friendship, or
Right.
best friendship.
Okay. So you're aware of the term gay actually comes from an old English word that's not used anymore, called, and gay actually meant happy, as in everybody happy. And now it is slang, sort of, for homosexuality. Okay. So, in what context have you heard the term gay used? At school, in the street, you know, where?
I've heard gay said a lot of times.
As an insult?
As an insult. I don't know whether they are really gay. That's something I don't really want to find out.
Have you?
In my opinion, everyone is their own. In my opinion, everyone's their own self, and everyone believes in different things, and everyone has different personalities. Whether they're gay or not doesn't.
Have you? Okay. In terms of an insult, gay being an insult, have you ever called anyone gay? In a mocking way, and in an
insult, and in a angry, and in a joking kind of friend way, yes.
Yeah.
And people have said it back.
Okay.
And I've had a lot
to you personally?
Yes.
To you personally. So, next question then. How have I personally affected you by coming out as gay?
Well, in my opinion, obviously, you haven't really affected me in any really bad.
I'm talking in the context
I know,
of me and you, and
yeah.
I don't want to go beyond that. Me and you.
Yeah.
How have I affected your life?
My life, personally, as in my life away from school, away from learning completely, you haven't affected me at all.
Okay.
Within the school, because obviously a lot of people in school know you,
Yeah.
and know what you do and that. Within the school, not a lot of people, not many, some people have been asking me and telling me, oh, I've heard from other people, I've heard rumours and all that kind of stuff.
Has anything negative derived from me coming out as gay?
What do you mean by that?
Has anything bad happened to you because I've come out as gay?
Nothing really, no, nothing bad. Nothing like, oh, I've got punched, hit, bullied, no.
You haven't been bullied
No.
at all for it? Have you been called names? Have you been mocked because I'm gay?
Some people have called me gay because they think my brother's gay, that I'm gay.
The last question I want to ask you is, what is your general view on homosexuality being open and everyone having equal rights and everything else? So I just wanted to ask your view on homosexuality in general.
My personal view, I don't care.
You don't?
It's not wrong. It's not wrong for them to hold hands. It's not wrong for them to kiss. It's just their way of life. Everyone has their own personality. Everyone has their own different styles of life. They live differently. Everyone's allowed that.
Two men went down the street holding hands, and they did a bit of kissing and hugging in the street. Would you be bothered by something like that?
I might look at them and go, that's a bit weird, but other than that's a bit weird, I wouldn't go, them two are kissing and they're gay. No, not really. I think everyone has their own different personal opinions, and we have to respect everyone's opinions. Some people might not like other people's opinions, but there might be some people out there that don't like my opinion.
But do you know, let's look at your tutor group, but do you think that there's people in there who might be bothered by homosexuality?
Probably, yes.
Think could be done in terms of, are you taught about homophobic bullying in school in your values and ethics lessons?
Nothing can be done about gay people. They learn about homosexuals. They just think it's cool to go around and laugh at people. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Stupid and
but
silly.
wait a minute. Have you learnt about homosexuals from your values and ethics lessons? Do you?
A bit, yes. We know the basics.
Okay, so that was my interview with my brother Chris. We kind of ended on sort of a note there of education and what was being done within schools, of course, with the help of the wonderful organisation that is Stonewall. But now, obviously, you've seen his view, and you've seen a view of a very naive 14-year-old who is quite unaware of the world, and as of yet still has to discover what it has. But now I want to take you through some of the figures presented in the documentary actually I can't remember when the documentary was, but I want to take you through some of the figures that really inspired me to do this series, to raise awareness of homophobia and homophobic attitudes, and hopefully changing attitudes. There's been increased attacks of homophobia in Wales, up by 47%, and 22% in London. A third of people in the UK thought that being gay was wrong, and 30% of parents said they would be unhappy if their son or daughter came out as gay. It's quite a worrying figure. A quarter of these people said that there were too many legal rights for gay people.